Hello, good afternoon. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Yona Setya Ernawati with illustrator number 095. This is video for post-term test of English debate and critical thinking class. In this video, I will act as adjudicator and evaluate the debate of Grand Final and UDC 2024. The motion of this debate is this House believes that Indonesia should significantly tax residential properties like house and apartment units that are left vacant or unoccupied. In this debate, the opening government is Universitas Surabaya, the opening opposition is Universitas Kristen Indonesia, the closing government is Universitas Atmajaya Jakarta, and the closing opposition is Universitas Brawijaya. I will give the first winners for opening opposition, Universitas Kristen Indonesia, because they have well engagement by reframing the motion away from rich investors to the lived realities of ordinary Indonesians. They provided strong argument like immorality of taxing non-use and practical harms, especially in middle class, in high-rated home or properties, and the migrants for work. And they also challenge the efficacy of OG's arguments, making their case is more relatable. And then I think they have a smart strategy of shifting the debate from rich investor to ordinary people, which is a strong strategic move. I have two positive comments for opening opposition. First is they have excellent reframing because, like in my early explanation, their shift the debate focused to real ordinary Indonesians, making their case is more compelling and difficult for government to rebut. The second is they have a clear explanation of practical harms, especially in middle class, in hard property and migrant for work. And then I have two suggestions for improvement opening opposition. First is please more comparative way, like explicitly why the practical loses against the impact of the housing crisis, to show why their argument is more important. And the second is please give more the data or example, like empirical evidence or international comparison to strengthen their statement. And the second position is opening government from Universitas Surabaya because they set up the debate well and they give a clear statement or arguments and strong logical that focus on the housing crisis and market manipulation by the wealthy. They add logical reasoning and references to economic trends like population growth and property as investment, but they likes to give empirical evidence and case studies to support their statement. They explained the text is why the policy is needed and how it would work. But they only focuses on rich investor that it make the opposition can reframing the statement. I have two positive comments for opening government. First, they have a clear statement, and they also have strong moral farming to emphasize on social responsibility. And then I also have two suggestions for their improvement. First is about broader engagement to anticipate address the situation of non-wealthy property owners more truly. And the second is please give empirical the data or the statistic data or international precedents to strengthen their statement. And then the third position is closing opposition from Universitas Brawijaya. They likely extended the OO's case with more practical consequence, like bureaucracy, rural impact, and alternative solution. But they should introduce new examples or deeper analysis, like the risks of corruption, the impact on rural economies, or something else. So I will mention that delivery remains crucial. So they should to be more clear and confident when they presenting their argument. Assuming the standard British parliamentary practice, their extension would have reinforced the opening opposition reframing and added depth. So I have two comments, and I have two positive comments for closing opposition. First is please good they have good extension because they add new layers like alternative policies that strengthen the opposition team. The second is they highlighting unintended consequence is important in policy debates. But I also have two suggestions for your improvement. For the improvement, is first, please ensure the extension is clearly distinct from opening opposition and provides new or essential analysis. And the second is please comparative weighing to directly compare the impacts the government bench to show the government team to show their extension is decisive. And the fourth position is closing government from Universitas Atmajaya Jakarta because they failed to provide a unique or relevant extension beyond the opening government arguments. So the arguments only repeated the points of opening government, the housing crisis, and taxes for the rich without adding significant new perspective. Closing government also didn't effectively respond to the arguments of opening opposition that focused on the issue on ordinary Indonesians who are affected so that their contribution was subsumed by the opening government and unable to shift the opposition teams more responsive and contextualized position. So I have two positive comments for closing government. First is they tried to fill gaps in the OG's case and addresses opposition concern. The second is about international perspective. So they bring in comparative example that can be effective in policy debates. I also give the two suggestions for the improvement. First is please engage more deeply with the OO's reframing and provide concrete solutions for non-wealthy property owners. And the second is please give impact of analysis, like clearly articulate why their extension change the outcome of the motion of the debate, not just act information. So that's all for me. Thank you.